Welcome back to Myth Detective for the grand finale of our series, ZEUS'S Deceptions. For 3 episodes, we've documented the king's crimes, the deceptions, the betrayals, the chaos. Through it all, one figure has remained a constant victim of his humiliation. His wife, his sister, his queen, Hera. But there comes a point when even a goddess has had enough. Today, we open the final case file, the story of the great Olympian conspiracy, the divine coup, and Hera's ultimate attempt to overthrow her king. The motive for this treason wasn't a sudden impulse. It was the culmination of centuries of abuse. Hera, the goddess of marriage, had been publicly and repeatedly humiliated by her husband's endless affairs. She had channeled her rage towards his mortal lovers and their children, but it was never enough. The root of the problem was Zeus himself, his arrogance, his hypocrisy, his belief that he was above all laws, even the sacred laws of marriage that his own queen embodied. This rebellion wasn't just about jealousy. It was a political move to restore order and dignity to a chaotic Olympus. The plan was audacious. Hera formed a powerful coalition, including Zeus's own brother, Poseidon, and his wisest daughter, Athena. They waited until the king of the gods had drunk his fill of nectar and fallen into a deep sleep on his couch. Then, the conspirators struck. They swarmed their king, and using unbreakable chains forged by Hephaestus, they bound him to the couch, tying him in 100 complex knots so he could not move a muscle. For a moment, they had won. The tyrant was overthrown. But their victory was short-lived, as they immediately began to argue amongst themselves about who would take his place. As the gods argued, one loyal nymph, Thetis, feared their infighting would tear the cosmos apart. She acted quickly, summoning a being of primordial power from the depths of Tartarus. The Hecatontures, Briareus, a giant with 100 arms. The mere sight of this monstrous being, a relic from a darker, older age, terrified the rebellious Olympians. They fled in panic, freeing Zeus. Zeus's retribution was swift and terrible. He hung his own wife, Hera, from the heavens with golden chains, with heavy anvils tied to her feet. He punished the other gods severely, cementing his rule not through love or respect, but through absolute, terrifying fear. The rebellion failed. Zeus's throne was secure, but his kingdom was now ruled by fear. This final, violent chapter proves that the marriage of Zeus and Hera was not a relationship. It was an eternal cosmic war. He was an unfaithful king she could not control, and she was a powerful queen he could not break. Their endless conflict was the engine that drove the entire Greek mythology. So, after all this, who do you sympathize with more? the tyrannical king who was betrayed, or the vengeful queen who finally fought back? Let us know the final verdict in the comments.